Hello, I'm in well, this is my bedroom actually, and with the beautiful blue walls that my girlfriend wanted. And the reason why I guess why I'm here and I'm just doing this, I wanted to do more, and I want to start doing more spontaneous kinds of things. There's a lot of glare there, and to present what I think is is really needed for us as human beings in our lives, especially now. I believe very strongly there is a real different pull that's going on, on this planet, and I think, and it's because of a lot of people who are learning and gleaning from a lot of the more philosophical, spiritual traditions, and combining them, and even with science. And people are learning more and more that you can do that. And the connection of things that are involved with scientific investigation can be so close to things that are unexplainable, spiritual, quantum, and you're hearing all these words, and some of them, it's really starting to take root in the consciousness of this world, basically. So while this is happening, though, and there's a lot of things that need to happen that have happened, things with viruses, things with political problems, things with becoming more aware. People are feeling isolated. People are feeling more of this pressure throughout the world. And it's needed. It's needed to push us even that much closer to where we need to go, to what we need to be doing to get there. So what I believe very strongly is that we have right now the ability, and I really feel for all of us who are suffering. Yet what I'm saying right now, this is such a good opportunity for enough of us to get together and in a more genuine way cause an evolution to occur. An evolution maybe within ourselves, our own bodies, as well as throughout the world. So, and to me, some of you who've listened to or seen some of my stuff, um, it's all very simple. And when I say simple, I'm talking about what we really need. I've said things like this before in different kinds of ways. There's so many things out there. There's so many books. There's so many practices, and most of them are a waste of time, I think. And when I say waste of time, I'm sure you can get something from them, but you could be doing so much more without them, without relying too much on them, the books, the peoples, the gurus, the teachers, and learning to be your own teacher, learning to find that place within you where you're your own voice, you're your own book, your own seminar, your own podcast. And learning to do that's very simple. You've heard me say it, and I'll say it again, because so much of the things that we say or do are about, okay, here's the problem, this is kind of what we need to do, and we all need to get together and do it. But what is that specific thing? What are those specific things that you need to do? This is what we need to know. And you could, all the books in the world should only be like a couple of chapters, because that's all that's really needed. And here it is. It's again learning to see you within you. I say within because that helps the conscious mind more so. Is there a specific within, without, in the whole universal concept? No. But if you live this way and start to live this way, you become more expansive, and you feel yourself, no matter how you're feeling, able to without even too much effort, after a short period of time, if you do this simple practice of bringing yourself back here to you, being aware of you, being with you, being in you again, and just be there with it. Like the more I, even as I'm saying it, I'm doing it, and one of the things that occurs quite often, you can't help but breathe, or even that much more so get an emphasis of your breath. Because there's three components here: that bringing yourself back to yourself, your God, your spirit, whatever you want to call it, this universal oneness that we are, as best as you can believe it in your genuineness. Not trying to make it better or worse, just be here with it. You can use your body to see yourself coming in and being aware and present. And the idea of you hear awareness and presence, fine, you can live that and practice it. Sometimes that's all we can do because so many things are going on. But the optimal way of doing this is to see you, be aware. See is synonymous with aware. Be aware of you coming into your body and just practice that over and over again. The more you do that, you can't help but be in the moment because you're here and you're doing it, and it becomes more and more automatic. The more you do this, the more you gently practice this without trying, oh, gotta make it happen, help me, gotta do it now. No, it won't work that way. It might, but not. It would be so much more difficult, I believe. So that's it, bringing it back and back. And the second part of it is being able to be here and trust more and more this voice. Trust without feeling you need to have the next answer. And I do this a lot these days. Well, I don't even know what I'm going to say next. But I believe in it, and other people are doing the same kind of thing, and it's starting to work more and more for us. So that's it. It's learning to trust that you can just express express what's there. And if there's nothing there, just express that. The key part, though, is maintaining this connection, and you'll find these things more automatically occurring. The other part is using your body. We have this body here, and there's something special about it because it's always going to be with us. And we need to learn to respect it. We need to learn to be healthy with it, of course. But much more importantly than trying to eat healthy and trying to do your kale every day and trying to exercise every single day is doing this first and foremost, and then allowing those things to piggyback onto this connection, where this becomes everything and everything else becomes secondary. But your body is so much a part of it. Why? Because you always have it with you. Why not use it? It's more than just a meat suit. It is there's energy in it. There's spirit. That's, I believe, in the cells and all part of it. And we need to connect all of this: our mind, thinking, or whatever consciousness, our bodies, and this other part that isn't really separate. My belief, it is and it isn't. So I don't want to get into all this spiritual, we're all one. No, we are human beings, and we'll be that way as long as we have this kind of body and this kind of mind. If we can evolve to where we're all spirit or whatever, fine, but we're not that, and we're not going to be that as long as we're here. So we have to accept what we are with all our faults, learning to bring everything to this place, our good, our bad, and our ugly, and emphasize being here. Sometimes you can use your body, your voice, you can bring your voice into a state of, okay, here I am. I don't care what you think. That's another important thing. So that's what's really important. Now, the other idea that I want to throw out, real quick, is the idea of vulnerability. Nice word, nice concept, but again, it needs to be more of an experiential reality that you develop over a period of time. To me, if I just try to hone in on vulnerability, it doesn't mean like, oh, I just got to open up and share everything with everybody and stuff like that. If you want to do that, that's fine. If you are getting healed by that, but if you're feeling even worse, if you start to become traumatized, if people start coming at you and harming you emotionally or physically, and then it's not working for you, and you're just feeling worse, and then it's not a good idea. That's where the idea of boundaries need to be established, but they need to be your boundaries, and they need to be humble, if you want to use that word, humble boundaries, in the sense that you're not cutting people off. But at the same time, you're being wise enough and you're observant. This is where, if you do this connection with yourself, it'll happen more readily, where you're taking time in increments of opening your soul up, basically, to others. You see this one, you open up a little bit. Nope, that didn't work. Let me try this one. Let me open up here. And what does that do? Is it for them? No, it heals you. That's the first and foremost. That's the most important aspect of it. So I'm throwing that out too. Again, we can get more specifics into how to maintain this, how to keep it going, how to flourish in it, all that kind of stuff. But for right now, I just want everybody to just see and practice this and us get together so that we can actually experiment and see the results of the experiments in a relatively short period of time. There's some organizations that are doing psychic research, that are doing what is it? There's one really cool place. It's, what is it called? The Institute of Noetic Sciences, I think. And they're talking. There's physicists there. There's quantum physicists. There's people with doctorates, and they're actually trying to do literal experimentation to verify some of these things that we believe in the spiritual aspect of like for channeling or spirit connection or healing, physical healings through intention and manifestation. So fine, all those things are wonderful, but if they're not showing really significant results in a short period of time, then to me there's still errors in those kinds of processes. We need to do this again by practicing, learning to practice just this. Here we are, here I am, here you are. Let's get together. We could do it in a meditative state if you want. And let's learn to say, okay, all I need to do is to be here. Be here. When I say here, I'm not talking, oh, I'm in the present moment and all that. I'm just saying to be aware of me here in my body. And just let everything else come from that. Here I am in my body. And what next? Nothing. And then from this, let's manifest. Okay? Bye.